What's up, guys? This is Devin of That Child Gamer. Welcome back to another episode of Doki Doki New Eyes. We left off last time where we had just shared poems. Yuri and Natsuki just got into a fight, where we already knew this anyway, at least for those who have played the game, which you should have by now, because it's been the third episode now that I've reminded you to play the game, or at least watch it from somebody. Basically, yeah, they got into a fight. Natsuki and Yuri were throwing words at each other. Devin sided with Natsuki. Yuri got mad at that, or at least not mad, but like upset. And I think right now, as we say, she said she's gonna go make some tea, and now we find her outside in the hallway, and that is exactly where we are gonna continue off right now. I closed the door behind me. What happened? What happened to our friendship, the good mood of the club? This was both Natsuki's fault and mine. Not only should I apologize to Natsuki, but also to everybody else. And what will Devin think too? And by the way, I'm recording this at like noontime, and I woke up like a few hours ago, so if my voice is very low, that's why. If my voices don't sound different, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if it gets confusing because of that, but I'm still a little bit, out of it right now, so if I mess up words or my voice is very low, that's exactly why. Now he probably sees us as mean people. Ugh. I slam my head against my I slam what? I slam... Hold on. I slam my hand. I thought I said head. I slammed my hand against my forehead. That was such a stupid thing to do. It was Devin's first day at the club as a real member, and we managed to ruin it. I sigh. And my nose is still itchy, so I'll apologize for that as well. I slowly walked to the nearest fountain next to the staircase. I put the kettle under the faucet, and I let it fill up. Meanwhile, I go sit on the steps. I bury my face in my hands. I was so stupid. I probably hurt Natsuki, too. Will she end up leaving me alone? I shouldn't have told her all those things. She's been trying her best to be outgoing and try to talk to Devin. I told her to wait and see how it goes with him, didn't I? Maybe what Monica said was right. It was jealousy. I've never felt that angry in my entire life, and seeing her destroy my reputation in front of him irritated me even more. But why would I be jealous? He's just a random person that joined our club, isn't he? But is that what you call love? No. No, there's no way I'm in love with Devin. Oh, that's where, the first, thoughts happen. Which is really funny. I've only known him for a day. Love at first sight. And it seems like he doesn't really like me anyway. I chuckle. What am I thinking? I suddenly jerk my head up. Oh no! The kettle is overflowing with water. Just how long did I sit here thinking? I quickly stand up and I empty out some water from the kettle in the sink. Phew. Time to get back to business then. I quickly walk back to the club room, kettle in hand. I make the water boil when I prepare myself a cup of tea. Okay, I thought for some reason the music was a little bit lower than it was, but I'm just imagining things. I'd like to ask the others if they want some, but that'd probably be too awkward considering the lively discussion they were having. I think what happened was, if I remember correctly, in Rain Clouds, which again, it was a long time ago, so I could totally be wrong on this, but I think I remember in Rain Clouds that this particular song with Sayori was always, like, lower than it actually was. Like, this would be, like, 2 half steps down. I'd like to ask the others if they want some, but that'd probably be too awkward since I already just read this. Suddenly, Monica raises her voice, presumably for me to hear as well. Okay, everyone, it's about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. I hesitate for a second. If I ignore the little argument we've had with Natsuki, it was pretty interesting to share poems. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Natsuki glances at me. The cold stare that she gives me sends a chill down my spine. Are we still friends? Devin, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you learn something from your friends, too, so your poems will turn out even better. Another poem? It's not that I don't want to, of course, but do I have to come up with another poem idea for tomorrow? Since Devin didn't understand the one I wrote today... Oh, that's right. I wanted to ask him what his poem was about. Devin! Did Sayori just interrupt us completely? Oh, that sucks. Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at Devin. I guess now's not really the moment to talk to him, then. The two of them exit the club room. The two of them exit the club room, waving at us, just like yesterday. They look perfect together. I'm definitely jealous. The club room's all silent now, and I'm spitting everywhere. I need to take a drink of my drink, because For some reason, when I talk for so long, it seems that my mouth always starts to really, like, water too much, and I spit everywhere, and it's, like, bad. Alright, so, with that being said, I take a sip of my tea. In the end, I made too much of it. Nobody wanted to drink. Silent Neat Monica comes up next to me. Well then, girls, what happened? Natsuki's at the back of the room listening to Monica up from afar. It's like a little, like she's like in the corner, it's like, don't touch me! Come here, Natsuki. She lazily gets up and walks towards us. What is it? I know this is none of my business, but I wanted to let you both know that those arguments are pretty common when you're friends, you know. So please, try to take it easy, alright? Devin didn't have to see that. I'm terribly sorry, Monica. Yeah, me too. Then it's all good. Make sure you two have a nice talk to settle everything, alright? I know how much you two value each other, so let's not have that go to waste. Anyway, I'm gonna have to leave now, so... Alrighty? But you stayed longer yesterday. My ear is itching. I know, but I have things to do. Sorry. Please choose to close the room when you leave. Monica hands the key to Natsuki. I'm having a feeling that she's gonna start, you know, coding again. Or maybe she's just gonna be, you know, inside of her head and... I don't know. Something along that line. She's definitely, you know, not happy that they're having their time with Devin and she isn't. Alright, I'll take care of it. See you tomorrow, Monica. Natsuki grabs the keys from Monica's hands and walks to the back of the class without looking at me. Despite the fact that she said things are fine between us, I can see they're not. Monica lowers her voice. Make sure you apologize. You've got a truly valuable friend. Don't forget that. She gives me one last smile before turning around and exiting the room. It's just me and Natsuki. It's just Natsuki and me in the clubroom now. This is awkward. Natsuki's just looking out the window, not making a sound. I pour some tea in a cup and I shyly call her. Natsuki? She doesn't even turn her head. Do you want some tea? No, thank you. How cold. I lower my gaze. Natsuki. Again, what do you need? Do you hate me? I don't dare look at her. She's silent for a few seconds. No, I don't. But what you said hurt me. Are we still friends? All the things you said to me is making me doubt that we are. I stand there completely in shock. I feel a tear roll down my cheek. Natsuki, my best friend. I'm sorry. Without another word, I get up from my chair and I run out of the clubroom to the nearest bathroom. By the time I've entered, my sleeve was already drenched with tears. I sit on one of the toilets. I quietly sob into my sleeve. Of course Natsuki would react this way. I was so mean. I'm so sorry, Natsuki. I'm so sorry. I rest my head. Oh my lord. I mess up hand and head all the freaking time. I hate it. And it's only when I'm tired. I rest my head against the stall. My breath feels uneven. I didn't cry for long, but my throat hurts and my muscles feel tense. I take a few seconds to calm down. Just how can I apologize to her? I'm so bad at this. Serving some tea or trying to talk won't help me. I messed everything up. What'd you just say before? Maybe that's why Mom doesn't want to. Oh. That's more of the kind of the depressing side of her. Is that, you know, she thinks that she messes up everything, and that's exactly why her mother doesn't want to see her. And that's the kind of thought that's getting into her head right now. And that's kind of along the lines of depression. So I'm almost convinced that Yuri actually has depression like Sayori does, but she does a better job of kind of controlling it than Sayori does, where she can kind of, you know, say that, oh, things will get better, but then Sayori's just like, nah, my life is over as it is. Not that that's, you know, a good thing, but, you know, it's the facts. Yuri? I know you're there. Stop hiding. My eyes widen. What should I say? Should I say anything at all? I open my mouth to speak, but no words come out. I push open the door of the stall to see Natsuki patiently waiting for me. Why would you even... Oh, hey, did you actually cry? I look down, hiding my eyes from Natsuki's view. I must look miserable for her to suddenly change her behavior like that. I hear her steps get closer. Was she about to think that we faked it all? Because that's kind of like... That is not a true friend. No matter, you know, what it is, you know, the problem is, you know, you never want to assume somebody's faking something, especially when they run out of the room like that. Yuri, God, just don't sit in the stall like that. It's way too small. She grabs my hand and drags me out of the bathroom. Let's sit down for a little bit. Her voice is soft now. How could you be so soothing after our argument? This isn't right. Natsu, don't. Let me talk first. I sit down on the steps. Natsuki sits next to me. Our shoulders are touching. I sigh. Why is she doing this? She takes a deep breath. Alright, so, listen. I'm sorry, Yuri. I acted childish and I realized that I ended up hurting you. So, it's just... It's my job as a role model to show you how to be responsible, right? After all this time we spent together, why would everything collapse now? Because of Devin? That'd be incredibly cliche. So, again, I'm sorry. It's just that I've been going through tough times lately. I just reacted too quickly. But you said some mean things too, you know. I almost thought you hated me. Just because of a poem. That's ridiculous. Yuri? Don't tell me you're crying again, dummy. Sorry, Natsuki. Sorry for all those mean things I said. I thought you hated me. I rest my head against my knees. I start to weep. I can't even look at her right now. Suddenly I feel a hand on my back. Hey now, of course I don't hate you. God, stop crying, will you? It hurts to see you like this. Everything's fine now, see? It's all settled. Now dry those tears and come help me clean up everything in the club, alright? I take a moment to catch my breath. I feel dizzy. Will you forgive me? Of course I will. The question is, will you? Yes. Yes, I forgive you. I'm pretty sure Natsuki was talking about herself, like Yuri forgiving herself. Your poem wasn't actually as bad as it made it sound. I guess Devin's presence shook us all a little bit, right? I guess she's not saying anything about it, so I guess it wasn't the case. Haha, I guess so. She looks a tad embarrassed. Tell me, Natsuki, how come you wanted Devin to side with you that much? Didn't you tell me you hated him? No, well, yes, but I've been thinking maybe he's not that bad. I enjoyed his poem, and that's all that matters. I stare at Natsuki with a quizzical look. Hey, don't give me that look. He's just a friend, alright? Nothing more. I burst into laughter. Come on, I'm just teasing you. I grin at Natsuki. Shall we forget about this whole argument then? Oh well, if you implore me, then I guess I can consider it. Please? Wait, did I read that right? I don't know anymore. I'm telling you, I'm tired. I guess I can consider it, and then please? Fine. Natsuki gets up and signs me to follow her. Follow her. I guess I still need to put the TV back in the closet. We both enter the club room. Natsuki directly heads to the closet. It seems like she was searching for something to read while I was away. Meanwhile, I walk to the desk and I get my cup of tea. I finish it in a sip, and I put it back on the tray. I pick it up. I guess I need to wash everything again, right? I turn around, but Natsuki calls me before I get to the chance to leave. Yuri, what do you think you're doing? Huh? Well, I'm gonna clean the teacups, of course. Haven't you forgotten about yesterday when I saved you from certain death? Just leave that to me and go sit a little. You look tired after all that crying. Natsuki grabs the tray from my hand, and then quickly walks to the exit. So she really doesn't want me to get hurt again. I sit at the table, waiting for her to come back. I guess it seems like she doesn't hate me. I have to make sure this doesn't happen again. I almost lost someone close to me. I don't want to let this happen again. I glance at my cell phone, hoping for a text message from my mother. Nothing. I'm not really surprised. Suddenly the club room opens and Natsuki proudly enters, tray in hand. There we go. I cleaned it all by myself. Who's the dependable one now? You didn't even let me clean it, though. Sheesh. That doesn't matter. You owe me one. Again. She's already back to her usual teasing. I shake my head. According to you, I owe you my life, you know. Well, obviously you do. She winks at me and then puts the tea set back into the closet. She snaps her fingers. I turn my head. Come on, it's already getting late, you know? Monica told us to close the club room, so let's not settle here forever. Alright, alright. I get it from my chair and I put it back under the table. Natsuki tosses me the keys. I wait for her to exit the room. She comes out and directly looks out the window. As I lock the door, I hear her mumbling behind me. Is anything the matter, Natsuki? Well, I was looking at the main park, and since no one's there, I thought maybe you'd like to go and take a walk. I mean, I know we already went out with Monica yesterday, but I thought that maybe it'd be good for us after what happened, you know? Of course, I'd be glad I could take a walk with you. Sweet. And my nose is like really stuffy today as well, so I apologize if that's a weird sound that you hear. Natsuki laughs and runs down the stairs without waiting for me. I take some time to look out the window. The main park is right in front of our school, and as Natsuki said, no one's there. It may be getting a little late, so everyone's probably heading back home already. Or already back home already. Oh my god, I can't read! That'll be a more peaceful walk, at least. I readjust my bag on my shoulder, and I quickly walk down the stairs looking for Natsuki. Natsuki's standing there, waiting for me. Why are you taking your time? Come on, be a little more active. Natsuki, you do know this is who I am, right? We still have some time left, so take it easy. I don't have that much time, you know. Someone's waiting for me at home. I look down. I'm happy for Natsuki. It must feel nice to have someone wait for her when she comes home. I see then. Let's get going. That's really sad. I walk past Natsuki to the exit. Just a few days left, and I'll probably see my mother again. Just a few more days. Probably not gonna happen. I suddenly turn to Natsuki. She stares at me with a quizzical look. Hey, I was wondering, don't you think Sayori's been pretty silent today? No, I don't really think so. She was probably just tired, considering how often she oversleeps. Or she just wanted to be alone. Don't worry about it too much. Plus, she went home with Devin, right? So he'll probably notice if something's wrong. Is that so? Yeah. Don't read into it too much. Let's just go and enjoy our walk. I nodded at Natsuki. She's probably right. I'm just imagining things. After all, we're Sayori's friends. She'd tell us if anything was wrong. Still, I'd love to learn more about her. We rarely spend time together, so in the end, I barely know anything about her. Natsuki and I exit the school grounds and we directly head to the park. Everything's silent around us. I can only hear the sound of flowing water and Natsuki's steps. It's really relaxing. I sit down on a bench next to Natsuki. She looks out into the distance in a neutral expression. Natsuki? She doesn't answer. I think she may be lost in her thoughts. Is that what I look like when I do it? I chuckle a little. I take in a deep breath of the fresh air and I look around me. This is exactly the kind of place that inspires me. All this nature, this ambience created by the sounds, this cool breeze, it all feels so calm. I smile to myself and I glance at Natsuki. I should consider myself lucky to be her friend. Even though what happened today was quite an experience, it'd be too hard to forget all the moments I've spent with her. All the teasing she's done, and all the hours we spent on arguing on whether manga is real literature or not. Natsuki suddenly turns her head towards me. What are you laughing for, dummy? Was my face weird? Oh no, it was just funny to see you stay silent and think for a minute. Hey, that's my job. I'm the one who's supposed to tease you, you know. Anyway, what were you thinking about? Oh, nothing really. Are you sure? To me, it looked like you were intensely thinking about something. You can tell me if something's on your... I told you, I'm fine. That's just a little personal. Sorry about that. It's pretty clear that Natsuki's lying to me. Now I'm even more curious. If you say so, my shoulder... And I'm telling you, it's because I'm holding the mouse like that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm grabbing my Xbox controller, and I'm just going to press the button here so that my shoulder doesn't ache every single time that I frickin' hold the mouse. Both of us are silent, looking at the park and enjoying the fresh evening breeze. I stretch on the bench. Suddenly, an idea crosses my mind. I turn to Natsuki. I have an idea. God, Yuri, you startled me. What's that about? What's that about? You sounded all fired up all of a sudden. I was thinking, you know, after what happened yesterday, I thought maybe... It's so embarrassing to ask. Wow, I can't read. I really can't read today. Today's worse than every other day. This is a first for me. Would you mind having a sleepover at my house tonight? Just to make up for what happened in a way? Some way of apologizing, you know? My voice is getting gradually inaudible. You know, I have a feeling that that's not going to happen because her father would probably, like, beat her for it. Not Yuri's father, because Yuri's father is gone, long gone now. But I'm talking about Natsuki's father. If you guys haven't played the original game, it's been said that Natsuki has a dad who basically abuses her. And the fact that, that's a thing, you know, we may not be able to, sleep over with her. I look at Natsuki. Oh? Well, that's problematic. Oh, I'm sorry if it sounded all out of context and stupid. It wasn't my intention, so sorry. Oh no, that's not a problem at all. My shoulder still hurts for some dumb reason. Oh my god. It's just that I have to go home, so... Natsuki looks at me and sighs. You know what? It doesn't matter. I'll just call home later and say I'm at your house. Who wouldn't enjoy a girl's sleepover after all? I sigh with a relief and I grin at Natsuki. Thank you. Without a thought, I put my arms around her and I hug her tightly. Hey, Yuri. She sighs and she pats my back. You really are a child sometimes. And that's again coming from Natsuki, the smallest and the youngest one in the group. She lets go of me and she ponders for a few seconds. Well, I guess I should thank you for inviting me then. But you know, I'm really excited now. I've never been to a sleepover before. Are you sure that won't bother you? Of course not. I live alone at home, so that doesn't matter. I'll just lend you some of my clothes. Suddenly, I burst into laughter. For a split second, I imagined Natsuki wearing one of my clothes. That would be ridiculous. God, stop laughing. It's not my fault that I'm this small. Besides, you're way too tall. I'll just manage. Don't worry. I don't need your clothes. Sorry, that was just too funny. I catch my breath. I laughed a little too much. Anyway, shall we get going? I'm getting a little cold. Sure thing. Are we heading straight home then? Natsuki hesitates once more. No regrets. I'm coming. Pretty sure she's regretting because she's thinking about her father. Natsuki gets up from the bench and waits for me to lead the way. In the end, we didn't even have a real walk. We just ended up sitting on a bench. Just talking was better anyway. I pick up my bag and we both exit the park. Natsuki's quietly humming behind me. I didn't know it would put her in such a good mood to be invited to my house. That makes 2 of us. I unlock my front door and we both enter my house. Whoa! I turn around. Natsuki's looking all around her with a surprised expression. Now here's what I don't get, okay? Yuri hates being home alone, but Natsuki would probably adore being home alone, because that would mean that she doesn't want to be with that she doesn't get to be with her father, the very abusive father. So it's funny how Natsuki and Yuri are best friends when they're both complete opposites of each other. You know what I mean? Like purple's a dark color, and then pink is a bright, happy color, and then it's like they're both opposites. They like one lives alone and one lives with an abusive dad. Who both want the opposite of where each other stands, and it's like, wow, how I wonder how that's gonna play out if that ever does, because that just it's kind of made me think that Natsuki said that, oh, I really basically it's obvious that she regrets doing this. So it's like, I don't know. We'll have to find out. Natsuki's looking all around her with a surprised expression. Your house is bigger than I remember. You haven't been here in years, haven't you? We were still in grade school last time I visited you. But one thing's for sure, your house is pretty cool. Thank you. Please have a seat. Please have a sit. I'll make us some tea. Oh, unless you don't want some? I just assumed that. Tea is fine, thank you, Yuri. She sits down on the couch, still checking out every little detail of my living room. I wonder what her house is like. I've never been there before, and I've never met her parents. And it's a good thing you haven't either. Come to think of it, she's always been really evasive whenever we start talking about her parents. I exactly know why, too. Oh, God. I'm kind of the same when it comes to my father, though. Ah! I shake my head and I grab 2 teacups from my cupboard. I turn on my kettle and I let the water boil. Suddenly, Natsuki calls me from the living room. Yuri! What is it? You told me that? I can't hear the rest of her sentence. I walk to the couch. Right? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. You told me that you have a knife collection. Would you mind showing it to me? I love the knife you chose last time, so I was wondering, Of course, yeah. I'll just get our tea ready and I'll show you afterwards, if that's okay. Alrighty then. I return to the kitchen and I poured the boiling water in the teacups. Perfect. I bring back the 2 cups to the living room and I put one in front of Natsuki. I sit down next to her on the couch. Thank you. She takes a sip of it and lays back. Whoa, your house is so comfortable. Mind if I settle here? Well, I wouldn't mind. Well, I mean, my father would probably... Ooh, that's the first thing of her father. Your father? What about him? No, forget I said anything. There you go. There you have it. She didn't want to, say anything about her father, and that's exactly why. Is that she didn't want to say her father would probably kill her. Anyway, tell me, why did Monica want you to speak to Devin so badly? Did you tell her something about wanting to talk to him? Oh, not at all. She just said some weird things, but I didn't want to bother you two. What do you mean, you two? I was just showing him some manga, It's not like... I wasn't talking about anything like that, Natsuki. I was just saying you looked like you were having fun, so I didn't want to bother. Oh, is that so? Well, I guess I did have some fun. Natsuki is acting a little strange whenever I'm talking about Devin. I can't jump to conclusions like that, but it seems like she had a bit more than some fun. I can't just ask her what she really thinks about him. She takes another sip of her tea and stands up. So, about that knife collection. I just spit everywhere again. Oh, that's right. I get up too and I head to the office. As soon as I put my hand on the doorknob, I remember what happened yesterday. I ignore it and I unlock the door. Wow, is this your father's office? I sigh. It is. He used to work at home, so I wasn't allowed to enter this room. I can understand why. She walks around the room looking at everything. She stops at the desk. Hey, this is from a while ago. Are you leaving everything as it is? It'd make a good place to work, though. Oh, I need to freaking... My shoulder is so sore. Oh, I hate it. I really hate it. I don't know why it's so bad. Are you leaving everything as it is? It'd make a good place to... Okay, I already read that. I'm sorry, Natsuki, but I'd rather leave it as it is. That came out unexpectedly cold. I don't want Natsuki to change the way everything is in this room. Oh, I'm sorry then. I turn around and then I open the closet. Natsuki looks at it with bewildered eyes. Whoa! When you told me you had a collection, I didn't expect it to be this big. Eeh, that's doesn't help our situation either. Haha. After a few years, I guess it adds up. See, this one is my favorite. I gently take some of the knives from the top shelf. I hand it to Natsuki. It's beautiful. Where did you get that one? Actually, it was in the collection before I even started buying knives. I think my father got it during a trip to Bolivia. Bolivia? Your father must have been really rich. What was his job? I actually have no idea. He was part of the mafia. It was a dangerous task. He went to Bolivia as one of the mafia men. It was so long ago, I don't remember much, you know. Natsuki returns the knife to me, and I place it back on the shelf. So, what do you think? I really like it. I'd be glad to help you choose one next time. If you don't mind, of course. Of course not. It'd be interesting to see your tastes. Anyway, that's it. Oh, what did I hit something with my controller. Anyway, that's it. Why don't we just go and find some clothes for tonight? You can just stay in your school uniform like that. If you don't make fun of me, then sure. I switch off the lights and I exit the room, and I lock the door once Natsuki walks out. I directly show her the way to my room. Alright, let's see what we have here. I look through my clothes, but I can't seem to find something that suits Natsuki. All my old clothes must be somewhere in my basement, so I won't find them here anyway. I was wondering. I turn around, Natsuki's sitting on the bed. What is it? Were you close to your father? I know it's none of my business, but we never really talked about him, so I'm just wondering. For you to keep all these things on his desk, it must mean you were close to him. I don't really want to talk about it. So, yeah, well, I mean, they both have that in common, at least. They don't want to talk about, their pastimes with their family. I understand why Natsuki wants to, but I just don't want to remember it. It's a bit of a complex story. It's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's exactly why. You literally just said that. But I think I think you can understand that. Oh, just a second. She grabs her phone in her pocket and she puts it to her ear. Yes? I'm at a friend's house. Why? I can hear someone shouting in the phone. Yee! That's her father! Is that someone from her family? No! Why? Please, just one evening. She heavily sighs. Alright then. She hangs up and then she puts her phone back in her pocket. Who was it, if you don't mind me asking? Yuri, I'm terribly sorry. It seems like my father wants me to come back home. I'm truly sorry. It's alright. You should go home before your father worries too much. I understand. Sorry for making you stay here. No, I wanted to stay here. It's my father's fault. He's always like that. He's always like that? Why wouldn't Natsuki be able to see a friend? I sigh. It doesn't matter. I sadly smile at her. Well, let's go then. Natsuki has apologized at least 3 times on our way to the living room. I feel bad for her. Her father probably feels worried because of me. Well, sorry for keeping you here then. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm so sorry. I told you, don't worry about it. It's fine. Natsuki sighs and opens my front door. See you tomorrow, Yuri. I beam at her and I close the door behind her. God. I sit on the floor. I'm so alone again. Oh, so I'm alone again. I thought I'd be able to spend my evening with Natsuki. I would have been able to talk to her about my concerns, but of course she had to leave. Why do these things keep happening to me? See, this is exactly what Sayori pretty much goes through, I'm pretty sure. Is that, it's like, why do things keep happening to me like this? Like, why does God want to treat me this way? This is unfair. I'm all alone. Alone. I get up and I head to the kitchen. I'll make some food for myself then. I grab a knife from... Oh, don't even start. Come on, Yuri. God damn it. I look at my arm. Would it really be that wrong to do it? Come on, Yuri. Don't do it. It's just a test, just to see how I'll feel. Natsuki's gone, and I don't have much else to do. Is it really so wrong? It can't be. I lift my sleeve and I put the knife to my... I swear to God, Yuri! I sigh. Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Oh no! The screen's going red now. Oh no! This didn't happen last time. Oh, there's blood everywhere on my arm. Did I just hear something? Ooh, I don't know. Ha! Ha ha. Why does it feel so good? Don't do this, Yuri. This is wrong. It shouldn't feel good. I'm harming myself. But some people smoke, don't they? These people hurt. There's a difference between smoking and cutting yourself, Yuri. God damn it. These people hurt themselves by smoking and they like it, don't they? So is it wrong for me to do this? I look at my blood still dripping onto the floor. Oh my God. What have I done? But it feels too good. What am I supposed to feel? Why am I doing this? I'm gonna pass out. Because I'm alone? That makes no sense. Why would I enjoy it then? I grab my hair and I breathe slowly. Calm. I'm still myself. That was just a test. I won't do it again. I wash my bloody knife under the sink and I put my arm under the water. However, the wounds keep bleeding. It doesn't really hurt though. I guess I could just leave it be and clean it later. I stumble to my sofa and I lie down. I hadn't noticed it yet, but I'm shaking. I look at my arm. It's covered in cuts and blood. What have I done? What have I done? No, this is wrong. I'm pretty sure she's probably gonna, like, die. These marks will last forever. There are other ways to feel good. No, why can't I find a proper solution? What's wrong? What isn't? I bury my head under some pillows. This is giving me a headache. Some people suffer of real problems, and here I am doing it because it feels good. What's wrong with me? No, this is what people say. But it is bad. But is it bad because they see it this way? It's just another way to relax. I just like smoking. What would Natsuki say if she saw this? Will I be able to stop? And why am I so calm? Why do I have so many questions? I inhale. Calm down. Calm down. I think she just passed out. Oh my god. I think she's dreaming now. I think she legitimately... I was right that she was going to pass out. That's really funny. Always got to have a drink, you know? Because my mouth always gets really watery and sometimes dry in some cases. And this one comes from Bolivia. Bolivia? Where is that? Oh, this is a dream of their father. It's really far away. One day you'll go there, Yuri. You have a big future. Will I be able to go to the sea? Of course. And you see, that one comes from... And it stopped. Dad? Come back. Please. Huh? Dad? Where am I? Did I fall asleep? I glance at the clock. Morning already? I get up from the couch. Ow! I fall on my side. Huh? What? My arm is still covered in blood. So this wasn't a dream. I really did this. It didn't hurt yesterday, but now I just feel horrible. What was I thinking? I try to get up again. What I still don't get is that why she still has yet to use any bandages whatsoever for any reason whatsoever. I feel a little dizzy. I'll have to eat a little. It seems like I lost quite an amount of blood while I was sleeping. But first, I need to clean my arm. I have to see what I did was really deep. I'm scared of what I'll see, but it's necessary. I can finally move my arm freely. The wounds aren't too deep. Thank God I didn't cut more. How would I have explained it? I head to the kitchen to get myself some food. Everything feels surreal, that kind of feeling I get when I'm hungry. I grab some fruits in my fridge. I'm not really eating anything else. I'm not a very good cook, and I hate supermarket pre-cooked meals. I sit down at my table and I slowly eat. I'll probably have to apologize to Natsuki today. I wonder how it went with her parents. I hope she didn't get grounded. I clean my hands in the sink and I head to my room. I can't keep those clothes on. The sleeve is soaked in blood. I soon won't have any clean clothes left to wear. I should think about doing my laundry at some point. I take off my uniform and I leave it on my bed. I get a clean one from the closet and I put it on. I sigh. Everything feels incredibly repetitive. I don't really get why some people fancy living alone. It's always the same. Go home, eat, sleep. Thank God I still have my books. I open the window to get a bit of fresh air. The weather sure is good today. Since my classes start a little later than usual, I guess I have a bit of time to go and walk for a bit. I close the window and I exit my room. I grab the bag on the floor. Before I put my hand on the doorknob, I glance at the office. I drop my bag on the floor and I hesitantly walk to the door. Don't do this, Yuri! Damn it! I unlock it and I step in. I swear to God, if you do this again, I will not forgive you. This isn't a good idea. It definitely isn't. But what if I feel the urge to do it, just like I did yesterday? No, I shouldn't take the risk. It's not like I have to do it, especially at school, of all places. Actually, I open the... Ah! Yuri! I open the closet and I grab a little pocket knife from the bottom shelf. It's funny because I should expect this to happen because I've played the original game and I know exactly her fetish, but it's really annoying to watch the actual fetish come to life. And it's like, why do you do this to yourself? You could easily avoid this fetish, and you're not. It's a bit dull, so if I end up doing something wrong, it won't be dangerous. Yes, it will! I'll stop at some point, I promise. You're probably gonna break that. How can I forget such a feeling of... I don't know. Whatever that word is, when doing it. And again, I pressed a button when I shouldn't have. I'm allowed to feel good, am I not? I stuffed... Not that way! I stuffed the knife in my bag under all my books. I'll try not to use it, but just in case, I take a deep breath and I finally exit my house. Yuri, you are, like, losing your freaking mind. I wonder if Sayori overslept again. I don't want to act clingy or anything, but I wonder, would she mind if I came to meet her before school? She most likely overslept, so I'll probably find her at her house. I sound really creepy, but maybe that'll be a nice surprise for her. I turn left and start walking to her house. Ooh, we're going to Sayori's house now. Ooh, I recognize this picture. This picture hasn't come up yet. This is the first ever picture in the original game that shows up. Sayori doesn't live too far away, so it only took a few minutes to get to her home. I put my hand on her front gate. It won't budge. Maybe I can call her? Or would that be a little too much? She's most likely just sleeping, but maybe I could wake her up so that she isn't late for once. I ring at her front gate. I wait for several minutes. There's no motion in the house. I guess she doesn't want to wake up then. Oh. I turn around and I ponder for a few seconds. What am I supposed to do now? I still have some time to kill, and Sayori's not available. Maybe I could take a walk just like yesterday. It could be a little refreshing to get some fresh forest air. I think there's a little river in the forest nearby. I used to go there with Natsuki when we were kids. I'm sure it'd be a good occasion to... Oh god, my poem! With all the things that happened yesterday, I have totally forgotten about it. I'll just find a spot to write for a little bit. I won't have my usual comfort, but I can't afford to go back home now. I'll find some inspiration near the river. The sound of flowing water is relaxing. I sit down on a bench and I put my bag next to me. It looks like a good place to write a little. I take my notebook out of my bag. I guess it... Did I just see someone near the river? I thought I was alone here. That person looks awfully familiar. Hey, is that... Sayori? Oh! Oh! Oh my god! It's coming back to me. It just kind of came back to me a little bit. Basically, again, this is a long time ago, so I'm pretty sure this happened, but I'm not sure exactly. I'm never 100% when it comes to rain clouds. But back in rain clouds, if I remember correctly, this was the day that Sayori also decided, hey, let's go to the river and read some of that Parfait Girls manga. And here's Yuri. I don't know if Sayori saw Yuri. I can't remember exactly if Sayori saw Yuri. But this is funny how it kind of ties into Rain Clouds. Because if you don't know, this is the same, developer of Rain Clouds. And I love how he kind of tied it in with each other. How, Rain Clouds is kind of the... Well, you get the idea. Rain Clouds and New Eyes are the same thing. And they're basically the same times and the same story, just in a different point of view. And I love that so much. And it's not, completely different, That's what I love about this already, is that, it ties in with the rest of everything that happened with Sayori. I stopped talking. Why is she here in the first place? She's just sitting next to the river. Shouldn't she be in class, though? I just sit here staring at her for a few minutes. She looks at her own arm and lifts her... Oh! I remember that too! It's coming back to me! It's, Sayori... I don't want to spoil it because I haven't played it on the channel at all, but I don't really plan on doing it on the channel either because I'm already playing New Eyes, and honestly, the series might even just stop here until I find a better mod to play, or another good mod to play in general. Basically what happened is Sayori took scissors when I don't know what she was doing with scissors, but she ended up accidentally stabbing herself in the arm. And I think this is what she's going to talk about. What? Did I just see that? No, I must be dreaming. I could swear I saw a wound on Sayori's arm. Yes, that was the scissors. I remember that. She neatly puts her sleeve back into place and takes a book out of her bag. No, Sayori wouldn't do this. Does it make her feel good too? Maybe that's why she's always so happy. It wouldn't be enough to explain why she's here, though. I'd like to go and see her, but she looks so focused I can't just bother her like that. Without making noise, I get up from the bench and I put my notebook in my bag. I'll stop spying on her like this. Friends don't do these things. This is wrong. I loved how that ties in with the rain clouds. That's awesome. I can't get what I've seen out of my head. What did Sayori do to her arm? No, I'm probably overthinking this. She'd tell us if she ever did something like that, but I didn't tell anybody. Does that mean, if I remember correctly, Sayori also found Yuri on the staircase back in Rain Clouds. Is that also going to tie into this? Is Yuri eventually going to go to a staircase and start cutting herself at school, and then Sayori's going to find her there? Though I do it because I want it, right? Not because I'm sad. Sayori is silent yesterday, so maybe she was sad. She's kind of getting the idea that she's depressed now, but she hasn't bluntly come forth with it yet. I shake my head. This is none of my business. Once again, I grab my notebook in my bag. I'll really have to talk about this with Sayori. It doesn't matter if I sound pushy or if it's too straightforward. This is bothering me too much. I take a deep breath and I open my notebook. I have no idea about what to write about. I was thinking maybe I should write something about myself, about what I'm doing. I need to exteriorize what I'm feeling. I know it'll make me feel better, but what if it makes me sound egotistical? Then maybe I could make it abstract. I could use symbolism, but to actually convey my emotions through another concepts. That sounds like it could work. I start writing a few lines. It's surprisingly hard to come up with the right words, but it's slowly starting to look good. After a few minutes of writing and erasing, I blow on the page to remove all the eraser marks. It happened in the dead of the what? Hold on. It happened. This is really tiny text. I'm sorry. It happened in the dead of night while I was sitting slicing bread for. Oh, this is the raccoon, isn't it? My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendency as an unusual human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread. This is about her cutting herself. My subconscious, well aware of the consequences. Well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The raccoon in this case is her arm, I'm pretty sure. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. There you go. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects on that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of the raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. I didn't get to read the rest of that because it continued by itself. Great! Thanks, game! It looks good. The rhythm's good, and it isn't too tricky or too easy to understand. I don't know if Devin will be able to understand it. I've done my best to make it enjoyable, even without any meaning. Now I can't wait to see what he'll think. I sigh and put everything back in my bag. I glance at the river once again. Sayori's still there reading her book. Why does it keep doing that? I'm not pressing anything. No, I'm definitely not going to bother her right now. I turn around and I head for the exit of the park. The streets are empty. How long did I... Oh no! Is it that late already? I had totally forgotten about the time. I break into a run heading for the school. I'm all out of breath. My arms started hurting while I was running too. I hope it didn't start bleeding. Classes must have started already. I enter the building without stopping to catch my breath. I rest my head against the wall. Classes must have started at least an hour ago. I probably missed a lot, and I'll probably get weird stares when I'm entering the room. I slowly exhale. I can do this. I knock on the door as I enter. I directly look at my table without looking at anybody else. Why can't I feel all those stares on me? What's wrong with being late? I clutch my knife in my bag. No, I mustn't touch that. I sit at my desk, still looking down. I did it. They'll stop looking at me now. I shyly look around me. Some students are still looking at me and whispering. Stop this. I rest my head in my arms. I can hear my slow breath. Their whispers are getting too distant. So distant. Okay? Are we in a dream again? I stretch my arms. Did I fall asleep in class? I slowly raise my hand to look around me. The classroom is empty. Is it noon already? How come nobody woke me up? You took your time. Huh? I turn around on my chair to see Natsuki sitting behind me. Class is already over, you know. So did you stay up all night? Oh, hi Natsuki. No, I'm just feeling a little tired. I got enough sleep, I promise. Alright, so before we get back to our usual selves, I'd just like to say sorry for yesterday. I was looking forward to our evening, and I messed it all up, and my shoulder kills a lot. Oh, I hate it so much. It's so terrible. So, yeah, sorry. It's fine. Hope you didn't get into too much trouble. No, not at all. I just explained everything calmly. Anyway, that was probably a lie. The way she's speaking clearly indicates that she's... Yeah! See, Yuri knows what I know. She probably got yelled at or even grounded. You're late to the club again, and I was the only one in the room, so I was getting bored. Why don't you come with me? Of course. Isn't Monica there already? No, I've looked for her, but I can't seem to find her anywhere. She's probably practicing piano. Same goes for Sayori. Ooh, we know about Sayori already. I see. Sayori. Is she still at the same spot reading her book? Maybe I should have talked to her. I pack my things, but before we exit the room, I tap on Natsuki's shoulder. What is it? You know what you said about being alone sometimes? Oh, that? 2 days ago, when we're walking with Monica. Is that right? Indeed. Well, I was just wondering. Do you think Sayori's that kind of person? The type who likes to be left alone? That kind of person? To be honest, I don't think that works that way. It works that way. We all have a little part of us that wants to be alone at some point. So I think maybe Sayori wants to be left alone too. Don't you ever feel this way? No, not really. I'm actually scared of loneliness. Oh, that's totally normal. Don't worry though, at some point you'll learn to appreciate loneliness. Well, a little bit of loneliness. There will always be people around you. So yeah, to answer your question, we're all that kind of person. Sometimes it takes the lack of company to really appreciate those who are close to you. What's wrong? What you said was really impressive. I'm surprised. That's not the kind of advice I hear from every day, especially coming from you. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I'm just teasing you. Let's get going. Natsuki exits the room. I didn't want to tell her about Sayori. I wouldn't like it if someone actually said something about me behind my back. I can't take the risk with Sayori though. Maybe I should just talk to her later? I follow Natsuki out of the room. Natsuki's anxiously looking around the corridor. Aren't you going to the club? In a second. It's just bothering me to see that Monica isn't here yet. I've checked every single room, I just can't find her. Let's not bother with that then. Oh, my shoulder. Oh, I hate it so much. Oh. Give me 1 minute, guys. Okay. I think we're good. My shoulder still really kills and, like, it's just really bothering me. I hate it. I don't know why it does that. It's only on my right shoulder, too. Like, my left shoulder is completely fine. I don't know if I did something to my right shoulder, but for some reason, every single episode, I've had shoulder problems, and it's so annoying. And I've never had that problem playing any other game. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm just sitting here in one spot and not moving around so much. I still have a book to finish. Oh, that's right. I have a manga to finish, too. We both lazily climbed the stairs leading to the second floor. It's all silent around us. I glance inside the room, but it seems like it's still empty. I'm concerned, both about Sayori and Monica. Why aren't these two here already? They should be. Shall I go check on Sayori? No, she may not even be at the same place. I shake my head and I enter the club. Natsuki immediately runs... Ooh, it's that music again. I love that music. I love all the guitar music in this. It's so cool. Natsuki immediately runs to her desk and sits down. She grabs a manga from the pile she put in front of her. I put my bag next to hers and I sit down too. I take a few seconds to breathe. It feels like I'm at home here. I grab my book from my bag and I open it to the page I stopped at yesterday. I didn't even get the chance to read as much as I wanted to. So many things have been happening lately. Hopefully, things will be back to normal once Devin... Did my heart just skip a beat? I just happened to imagine his face and... What are you doing? Oh, just reading. To me, it looked like you weren't reading. You haven't turned a page for a whole minute. Aren't you a fast reader? Well, I was just thinking about something, but that doesn't matter. Don't worry. If you say so. She's on to us. I'll also have to find out what about Natsuki thinks of Devin. I'm probably way too curious, but I really want to know what she feels. Isn't this what friends do? I'm pretty sure it is. I'll concentrate on my book for a bit. I'm overthinking things again. I turn to my page and I finally get started with a new chapter. Whoa. Somebody knocks on the door. I don't look up. I need to finish this paragraph. Suddenly the door opens. Natsuki and I both turn around. Hello, girls. We both get up from our chairs to greet her. Hey, Sayori. How are you? I'm all good. I think this is also tying into Rain Clouds, but I don't remember this part, so I have no idea if this is the case or not. Finally, someone has arrived. I've got to admit I'm relieved to see Sayori. Did you oversleep again? I may have. Make sure you get a good sleep cycle, alright? Sayori just nods. I'm pretty sure she didn't oversleep. She wasn't at home this morning, and it was still pretty early. What is she hiding? Did you at least get some time to write a poem? Oh yeah, I did. Natsuki and I both stand here, waiting for her to show us her poem. She's just staring at us, smiling. Alright. We both get back to our seats. Didn't she want to show us her poem? From the corner of my eye, I see her throwing her bag into a corner. Her smile has vanished. Maybe I should talk to her. Before I get the chance to, Devin enters the room. Sayori immediately starts smiling and walks up to him. Hi, Devin. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. What she's saying sounds so genuine. I just can't believe her, though. It's really weird. I can't really understand her. Why is this bothering me so much? I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I swear I just heard Sayori's voice shaking. Something's not right here. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? I think I know where this is going. So Devin actually knows Sayori really well. No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Ah. I look up from my book to see as Sayori's getting her purse. She opens it and she turns it upside down. 2 small coins fall out of it. I can't really blame her. I always end up buying too many books with my money. I get back to my reading, still half listening to them. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How'd you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have already bought a snack before coming to the club. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. Fairly impressive. His reasons were very well thought out. And the funny thing is, I remember this specific conversation from the original game because it was so funny to me at first. So it's like I'm kind of memorized all the quotes, so it's like I can say them kind of before they appear, which is really funny. Actually, it makes sense. It shows you guys really how much I've put into this game. It's pretty sad and depressing. I gotta do more with my life. Wow, I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Without thinking, I slightly chuckle. This situation is so funny, I can't control myself. This is a little embarrassing. I slowly look up from my book to stare at Devin. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Suddenly, Sayori walks up to me and grabs my shoulders. Yuri, tell Devin to let me borrow some money. What am I supposed to do now? Either I side with Sayori and Devin will probably see me as a childish girl, or I side with him and I'll lose a chance to get closer to Sayori. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. That probably made her die on the inside. I suddenly close my book and I gasp. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. Sayori looks at me with a puzzled expression. Did I just sound really harsh? Yes. I could swear I saw her flinch for a second. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. Yeah, she's dead on the inside. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. After what I just said to her, Sayori still compliments me. It makes me want to talk to her all the more, but this is a little embarrassing. I glance at Devin. He's gently smiling at me, most likely amused by Sayori's words. You are right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. I chuckle. I cough to hide my laughter, so I don't want Sayori to be hurt. She's hilarious. Retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? You wouldn't believe it. Before I get the chance to keep teasing her, Devin jumps in. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to treat Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me a little more credit than that, Sayori. From the corner of my eye, I notice Natsuki slowly approaching us, 2 cookies in hand. Just what is she planning to do? Oh boy, this is where she throws the cookie, huh? It seems like her gaze is locked on Sayori. Wait, don't tell me she's gonna throw... Ha 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 ha! But in the real game, the screen turns white, and I like that. It was like a comedy. It's like a good comedy for the game. Flop. Kia! I almost fell from my chair. A huge cookie just slapped Sayori in the face. So this is what Natsuki was preparing. I turned my head to see her with a proud look on her face. I slowly shake my head, grinning at her. Ow! What was... a cookie! Sayori soon loses focus of the cookie and looks around her, looking for the culprit. She dramatically puts her hands in front of her mouth. Is this a miracle? It's beautiful because... It's beautiful? What? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I chuckle while looking at Devin. He looks a bit more embarrassed because of Sayori's lack of memory. We stop looking at each other, at least he does. I can't bring myself to stop looking at his eyes. Oh god. Yuri! Don't get any thoughts! Just such a deep yet vibrant color. Without warning, Natsuki walks up in front of me and points at Sayori. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. She tightly hugs the cookie, almost crushing it into 1,000 pieces. Somehow I feel like she's faking something. Oh, you wouldn't believe. I can't pinpoint what it is, but something's definitely off. Or maybe I'm just overthinking because of what I saw this morning. That's probably it. I shake my head and I look at the comical scene that's taking place in front of me. Geez, just eat it. She tears the wrapper and she takes a big bite out of it. She chews it for a while before swallowing it. Now I want to taste it too. So good. She clasped her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Once again, I have trouble suppressing my laughter. How could you be so expressive and funny all the time? Teach me your secrets, Sayori. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. She takes another bite of her cookie. Weird, Natsuki usually brings me one. Oh, Natsuki usually brings me one. Ooh, this is where Yuri starts, thinking, oh, are we still friends? Yours is really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. Sayori suddenly looks at Natsuki with her puppy eyes. She takes a deep breath. She's going for the cute voice. But yours is chocolate. Without hesitation, Natsuki answers. She's strong. Resisting the puppy eyes isn't really an easy task. Yeah, why do you think I gave her that? What gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Meanwhile, Devin is still awkwardly standing there, staring at us with an amused look. Jeez, I get it. Natsuki reaches up to touch Sayori off her. However, she strikes too fast. She takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. No, of course I was wrong. She wouldn't bother taking a bite of her cookie if she weren't hungry. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Sayori runs away to a corner of the room, still chewing the cookie as she mercilessly stole from Natsuki. Whoa, I can't talk. I can't hold it in anymore. I burst out and laughing with Devin. Natsuki's reaction is priceless, and Sayori's behaving just like a kid. This is just too good. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Huh? She glances around the room. Now that I think about it, Monica still hasn't arrived. I totally forgotten about that. It seems like Natsuki did too. Ugh, where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Sayori returns to her initial position next to Devin. She smiles at Natsuki, probably teasing her over the whole cookie shenanigan. Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. Oh, my freaking shoulder. That's a little bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Suddenly Sayori's expression transforms. It seems like she has come to a rather enlightening conclusion. Did I actually, oh no, did I just do something wrong? I don't know. Hopefully that fixes it. You don't think she has a... Just as I expected from Sayori. I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably the more desirable than than all of us combined. She's the most popular one out of all of us. Of course she'd be desirable. It'd make me a little sad, but my freaking shoulder's killing me. But of course, not seeing our club president. But if that makes her happy, then I guess I can forgive and forget about her. I look over to see Sayori deep in thought. That's true. Natsuki looks like she doesn't agree. Maybe she's feeling a little jealous? Excuse me? Before we get the chance to tease her some more, the club door swings open. Monica emerges in the room with a panicked look on her face. Just what was she doing with that boyfriend of hers? Wait, this is merely Sayori's theory, right? I silently laughed. This is why Sayori's life is so fun. At least it seems fun. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Didn't she just say that? I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Sayori approaches Monica with a curious look. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all? You're so strong-willed. Natsuki and I glance over at each other. Of course she'd talk about it to Monica. She can't escape Sayori's perfect theory. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? She glances at Devin, who's clearly not understanding the situation. With an amused look, he shrugs. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware that you played music as well, Monica. Impressive. How could you be so efficient? I barely have the time to read. So maybe this is why she left us yesterday. There's no shame in showing others you play the piano, though. Such a beautiful instrument. Who wouldn't admire a pianist? I don't really. I kinda just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. She quickly glances at Devin. I guess it really is nerve-wracking to play an instrument in front of someone. Devin on top of that. Maybe once I get a little better I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I also look forward to it. Is that so? And in that case, I won't let you down, Devin. She grins at him. Monica's smile really is beautiful. Maybe this is why Sayori is immediately amused that she has maybe assumed that she had a boyfriend. Ah, love. Ah. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry, I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Devin ponders for a few seconds. Monica ended up missing Sayori's little extravaganza, but I suppose it's not really relevant right now. Well, it would have been better if she was here, though. In the end, she simply shrugs. Not really. Everyone gets back into their seats. I grab the book I left and open it to the last page I read. Somehow I have trouble concentrating. Devin's right next to me. This is stressful. I take a deep breath and I get back to my book. Wow. I'm gonna go a little bit further with this episode because I want to make sure this day, at least the school part of the day, is done. Because I want to end it right before new stuff. It's not long before Natsuki comes up to Devin. Not only did she stop hating him, but she's been getting closer to him. I feel a knot in my stomach. Maybe I should have a talk with Monica at some point. I glance at Devin and Natsuki. He's following her to the closet, presumably to find some more manga. Without warning, Natsuki turns around and yells at Monica. She really isn't herself when she's with Devin, but I shake my head and I start reading once again. Why am I feeling so uneasy? It's not quite like yesterday. Suddenly I feel my arm contract several times. I didn't even... How come it's acting funny? Stop this. I grab my arm with my right hand. I anxiously look around me to see if anyone's watching. I close the book. Oh no, are you gonna freaking go like somewhere to cut yourself again? That's not okay. My left arm is literally shaking. It's not pain, but I somehow believe it may be linked to what I'm feeling right now. Do I need to do it? Just a little to calm down. After all, Devin's presence is a little bit stress-inducing. And since he's spending time with Natsuki, and Monica and Sayori are talking to each other, so it's just me. I'm allowed to do it, right? Just a little. Without a second thought, I grab my bag and I head out. Yuri! Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for right now, because one, my shoulder's hurting, and two, we're a little bit past when we should have ended off anyway. But this is also new stuff that we're going to get into next episode. But for right now, I think I am going to leave it here. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new. I'd love to the channel. Guys, I've got a Discord. Come check me out outside YouTube. It's a fun time for all. Hope you guys enjoy this video as much as I make it. I hope to see you guys in my next one. Goodbye!